Good morning, class. Today we are going to continue our work with conjunctions, and we are working with using subordinating conjunctions. And subordinating conjunctions are words that connect one sentence part to another. The subordinating conjunction makes one part of the sentence dependent on the other part. When two sentences are connected using a subordinating conjunction, they form a complex sentence. Some subordinating conjunctions are if, because, although, after, when, and where. An example of a subordinating conjunction is because the hawk is desperate for food, it waits patiently to seize its prey. And you can see that because the hawk is desperate for food is not a complete sentence on its own. It's dependent on what happens, the other piece. So because the hawk is desperate for food, comma, it waits patiently to seize its prey. So in our activity today, we're going to use a subordinating conjunction to write each pair of sentences as a complex sentence and add commas where needed. Number 1 reads, I wrote my report on the Everglades. I researched my topic thoroughly. And this one is time dependent, right? I wrote my report on the Everglades, comma, after I researched my topic thoroughly, because we needed to complete that research first and then write the report. So the subordinating conjunction I chose for number 1 was after. Let's look at number 2. Number 2 reads, our class saw the sunset over the still water. We all sighed in amazement. And in this one, I can use some time order here, and I can use the conjunction when. So when our class saw the sun set over the still water, comma, we all sighed in amazement. So in this sentence, I chose to use the subordinating conjunction when. When our class saw the sun set over the still water, we all sighed in amazement. I'd like you to complete numbers 3 and 4 on your own, and when you're finished, you can move on to the next page. And we're on page number 94. Here, we're working on complete subjects and complete predicates, which we have been reviewing all year long. And here we're just identifying the complete subject and identifying the complete predicate. And we're going to underline the complete subject once and the complete predicate twice. But I had a little confusion for some people last year when we were looking at this example sentence. And you can see that we have one sentence that's broken up into a complete subject and a complete predicate. And so the full sentence is, many of the park's alligators gather at the edge of this swamp. And so many of the park's alligators is the complete subject, which you would underline once, and gather at the edge of the swamp is the complete predicate, and you would underline that twice. The next complete sentence is, look at the alligators. And we have the word you over here, and the sentence actually just reads, look at the alligators, but that's where we have what we call the understood you, and the subject is you because it's somebody who is telling you to do something. They're telling you to look at the alligators. So we call that subject the understood you. And we see this in sentences, which are declarative sentences often, which we learned about we've practiced a few times this year, but it's when something is giving a command or telling someone to do something. And we again call that subject the understood you. It's the person who's being spoken to or the person who's being given that command. So let's look at number 1. It says, the state of Florida protects Everglades National Park. Well, we need to underline the subject of the sentence. And the subject of the sentence is the state of Florida. And then we need to underline the predicate, the complete predicate, twice, and I'm just going to change colors because I can't underline it twice. I don't have quite enough space here. And so I'm going to underline protects Everglades National Park because that's our predicate, and I'm going to underline it in green. You're going to underline it twice, please. And so we have a complete subject, the state of Florida, and what does the state of Florida do? The complete predicate is protects Everglades National Park. If we go down to number 5, and number 5 says, be careful around the alligators. Well, that's just telling us what needs to be done. So that's the predicate. So we have a complete predicate right here, be careful around the alligators, but the subject Okay, the subject is not alligators. Be careful around the alligators is what it's telling somebody to do. It's giving a command. It's telling you, and that's where we have that understood you. So the subject in this sentence is going to be that understood you. And so you're going to write the word you on the line. And remember, you see that oftentimes when you're giving a command or telling somebody or to do something. Okay, and so number 5 is an example of the understood you. And we have one more sentence in this that has an understood you, and so I want you to make sure you're paying attention because you're going to find one more of them, one more sentence that has an understood you. So giving a command or just telling you something, okay, or telling you to do something. So when you're finished with pages 93 and 94, please make sure you take a picture of your work, attach it to the assignment, and upload it to Teams and turn it in. Thank you.